Picture this. You're at a dinner party and the energy feels off. Someone just dropped a bombshell comment. People tense up. But then, Jane steps in, cracks a joke, diffuses the tension, and suddenly, the vibe lifts. How did she do that? It wasn't just charm. It was emotional intelligence in action. That magic ability to read the room, tune into feelings, and steer the moment toward positivity. And that, right there, is the power we're unpacking today. Think of your emotions as traffic signals inside you. When they're working, life flows smooth. When they're jammed, everything crashes. Daniel Goleman's groundbreaking work in emotional intelligence shows us traffic control for our inner world, how to navigate feelings, build resilience, and connect deeply with others. By the end of this journey, you'll not only grasp the science behind emotions, but also master real-world skills to transform your relationships, career, and everyday life. And hey, you'll have some fun along the way. Here's what's coming up. First, a vivid story that brings the concept to life. Next, a roadmap through the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. Then, real-life strategies you can start using today. And finally, how emotional intelligence reshapes your career and relationships. And yes, a powerful moment to subscribe at the end. Let's kick things off with a story. Meet Aisha, a mid-level manager who's brilliant at spreadsheets but struggles with her team. Morale's low, projects lag, tension simmers. Then one meeting, a junior colleague, Omar, storms out after a disagreement. Aisha panics, but instead of scolding Omar, she pauses. She notices her own racing heart, breathes, and says, "Let's take a 5-minute break." She walks out, asks herself, "What am I feeling? Why?" She realizes she's anxious and afraid of losing control. She refocuses, goes back in, this time empathetic, truly listening to Omar. He feels heard, he stays, and the project moves forward. What happened? Emotional intelligence. First, she recognized her own emotion. Then she managed it. Then she tuned into Omar's. By the end of the month, the team's collaboration is up, productivity improves, and Aisha's reputation shifts. A manager who brings out the best in people. That's the real-world juice of Goleman's framework, which I'll unpack for you now. First pillar, self-awareness. This is the foundation, knowing what you're feeling as you're feeling it. Goleman tells us how most people coast through emotions unconsciously, but when you become aware, you gain control. Imagine noticing a tightening in your chest or a rush of heat before you react. That brief moment buys you space to choose. Give this a try. Set alarms during your day, every 2 hours, to pause and scan your internal weather. What's dominant? Stress, excitement, dread? Name it. I feel anxious or I'm frustrated. Simple naming calms the brain, then ask, why? Answers lead to insight. Weaving this into your story. Say Aisha got an alert on her phone mid-meeting. How are you feeling right now? She paused, noticed the tension, and chose to step out. That self-awareness changed the outcome. Next, self-regulation. This is managing those emotions once you recognize them. Goleman shows that people who master this stay calm under fire, control impulses, and pivot with flexibility. We all know someone who flies off the handle. Emotional intelligence looks like the opposite. Techniques: the 10-second pause. When you feel triggered, count to 10. Literally, it resets your internal thermostat. Another, reframe the narrative. Change "they're out to get me" to "they're stressed like me." Small shifts make big differences. Story time. Omar fires off an angry email. Instead of replying right away, Aisha pauses, rereads, reminds herself he's pressured. She responds later with empathy and clarity. Trigger, pause, perspective, response. And suddenly, conflict turns into connection. Third, motivation. Not motivation in the pep talk sense, but intrinsic drive, curiosity, persistence, optimism. Goleman highlights people motivated from within are more resilient, creative, and inspiring to others. It's the why that fuels effort over time. Real talk. When projects derail, it's easy to feel deflated. Emotional intelligence gives you grit. Aisha helps her team reconnect with purpose. This isn't just data. This is insight that helps people make decisions that matter. Recasting the mission reignites energy and momentum. Simple moves. Write down why you do what you do. Reconnect with it daily. Celebrate tiny wins. Those purpose sparks keep emotion aligned with action. Fourth, empathy. The ability to sense how others feel and use that to inform your interactions. This is emotional intelligence at its social best. Goleman emphasizes strong empathy differentiates average communicators from truly effective leaders. Imagine seeing someone's forced smile and realizing they're not okay. That's empathy. You step in, ask, "Hey, everything all right?" And suddenly, someone feels seen. That's gold. Add this to your repertoire, active listening. Reflect back. It sounds like you're upset because no advice unless asked, just presence. In Aisha's world, empathy rebuilds trust. Her team starts opening up. Issues surface before they fester. Fifth, social skills. Here's where emotional intelligence thrives outwardly. Building rapport, leading, managing conflict, inspiring. Goleman argues that IQ hires a job, but EQ built careers. This skill set includes communication, influence, teamwork. Aisha learns facilitation techniques, open questions, equal airtime, and summarizing. Meetings stop being monologues, they become dialogues. Engagement rises, decisions become shared. That's EQ leadership in motion. Now, let's weave theory into everyday life. At work, use EI to navigate feedback. When you deliver hard truths, sandwich them with empathy. Pause, ask questions, encourage interpretation, avoid reactive responses. At home, imagine your partner looks upset. Instead of asking, "What's wrong?" which can sound accusatory, try, "I'm sensing something's off. Do you want to talk or need space?" That opens doors rather than slamming them shut. With friends, apply self-awareness and empathy. Notice when someone's absent. Ask gently. Listen deeply. Your presence may be everything. What about the science? Goleman pulls from psychology and neuroscience. The amygdala is emotion's alarm bell. The prefrontal cortex is logic's general. If the emotional brain hijacks, we lose control. But training, like recognizing and reassigning meaning, develops balance. Evidence shows high EQ people handle stress better, earn more, have healthier relationships. Schools teach it. Employers invest in it. It transforms culture. That's significance. Let's walk through a coaching moment. You're upset because a teammate took credit. First, self-awareness. I feel angry and slighted. Then self-regulation. Pause before reacting. Motivation. Remind yourself success is shared. Empathy. Maybe they didn't know how to communicate. Social skill. Approach them calmly. "Hey, I noticed your update omitted the work we did together. Want to co-present next time?" Boom. Conflict becomes collaboration. Now maybe you're thinking, "This sounds great, but how do I build emotional intelligence practically?" Here's a step-by-step plan you can start right now. Daily emotional check-in. Use your alarm method. Journaling. After each check-in, jot one thought. Trigger, feeling, response. Pause, practice. Choose one emotionally triggering situation. Angry, anxious, embarrassed. And apply the 10-second rule next time. Empathy journal. Write down one interaction daily where you tuned into someone else's feeling. What did you learn? What worked? Feedback habit. Ask for feedback. How can I improve listening or responding? Then put it into action. Commit to this for 30 days. Watch your self-awareness, relationships, and work performance shift. Here's a mini breakdown of where emotional intelligence shows up in life. Leadership. Inspiring trust. Managing change, reducing turnover. Teamwork. Fostering openness, reducing misunderstandings. Conflict resolution. Turning disagreements into dialogue. Personal well-being. Reducing anxiety. Improving decision-making, increasing happiness. Let's zoom out. Why now? Because in fast-paced, digital, high-stress places, the ability to stay emotionally grounded is a superpower. AI and automation may handle logic, but human connection, empathy, and self-control, those remain ours. Emotional intelligence isn't just a book. It's your operating system for 21st century life. Wrapping this up, we opened with a scene where Jane diffused tension with emotional intelligence. We explored Aisha's journey at work, awareness, management, motivation, empathy, social skill. We laid out tools to practice daily. We connected it to real-world results in relationships, leadership, resilience, and personal satisfaction. You now have the roadmap and the why to build deeper inner awareness, stronger self-control, meaningful connection, and inspiring influence. If you take just one insight, notice your emotion before reacting, you can shift how you respond to anything, and that shift ripples out at work, at home, in life. Let's close with this. Emotional intelligence isn't something you have or don't have. It's a skill you grow like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Picture yourself 3 months from now, calmer under stress, more connected in relationships, more confident steering tough conversations. That version of you, it's within reach. If this journey spoke to you, hit that subscribe button, and let's build emotional intelligence together. Share your thoughts in the comments. What emotional challenge will you tackle first?